Hello students, we are going to start with the next topic, chemical equations of class 10th chemistry, chapter 1. Now first of all, let us define what are chemical equations. We have seen so many chemical reactions, okay? Now chemical equation, it is the method of representing a chemical reaction with the help of symbols and formulas, okay? Now see, it is not convenient always to write the entire chemical equation or entire reaction in words, isn't it? And that is why we try to write them in form of symbols and formulae to make it more convenient to study, isn't it? So over here you can see I have taken one example. Yes, before that you need to have your concepts clear of writing the chemical formulas which you have studied in class 9th. Then only you will be able to write the entire chemical equations, okay? So these chemical equations are shortcut representation of a chemical reaction. Fine. Now see, I have taken one example over here. Potassium chlorate, upon heating, it will decompose to give potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Okay. When I am writing this in words like this, it depicts what? The chemical reaction. But when the same thing I am writing in form of symbols and formulae, then that is known as chemical equation. So this is the chemical equation of this particular reaction. Okay. So the chemical equation will be potassium chlorate, whose formula is KClO3, okay, on heating. So on heating, that means you have to put an arrow. Now product will be formed. When you are heating this is the reactant. The product formed will be decomposes to give potassium chloride, that is KCl, and oxygen gas. Okay. Always remember, in chemical equation, a reactants products will be depicted and an arrow will be there. The head of the arrow will give you the information about product and the tail of the arrow will give you the information about the reactant, okay, or will help you to find out the reactant. Fine. So over here this is one of the example. I hope you are clear, okay. Now, these chemical equations can be made more informative. That is, by looking through the chemical equation only you can find out certain things. Okay. So, how can we make these equations more informative? So, we can make the equations more informative by three things. Okay. By indicating three things. These three things are, first one is indicate physical states of each reactant and product. Okay. So physical state we know basically solid, liquid and gas, isn't it? But one more over here, see, solid will be represented like this by a small s, liquid by a small l, gas by a small g, and one more is there, AQ. Yeah, that means aqueous. Aqueous means solution in water. Okay, when the solution of when the means substance is dissolved in water, then the solution is made. Okay, that is known as the aqueous phase. Okay, so over here let me write the physical state of this particular reaction. Fine. So KClO3 is solid in state, so I am writing S over here. KCl also it is solid, potassium chloride, so again S. It's written oxygen is a gas, and basically we know oxygen is occurring in form of gas only. Okay, we can write Ga here, and one more thing, gases are represented also by an upper arrow. This upper arrow means that is gas which are escapable. Okay, sometimes you will find in certain reaction a down arrow is there. Down arrow represents PPT. Okay, remember this point also. Fine. In the chemical equation, if a down arrow is there, that represents PPT, precipitate, which I have already told you. If in the chemical equation a upper arrow is there, it represents gas. Okay, if G is not written, then also you should understand that point. Okay, so this is the first thing. I hope you are clear. Indicate the physical states of each. Okay, now second thing, by indicating the heat changes taking place in the chemical reaction. Okay. Now you know, heat changes can be of two types. Fine. Either in a chemical reaction we have to give heat, okay, that is the heat is absorbed, or in the chemical reaction heat is released out, okay, evolved out. So over here, depending upon that, there are two types of reaction. Just briefly I told you in the previous video lecture also, that is if the heat is released out, exo, that is, I am writing here, please pay attention, exo means released, heat released, okay. If heat is released out, then that is exothermic reaction, and if heat is released, it is indicated on where? Product side, always keep it in mind. If heat is absorbed, okay, in the chemical reaction, heat is absorbed, then that is known as endothermic reaction, and in case of endothermic reaction, heat is always written on the reactant side, okay, or on this arrow sometime. Now this, see, it is clearly written here. I'll give you the example also. Same example, let us see. Here it is written potassium chloride on heating. That means we have to give what? Heat. Heat is absorbed in this particular reaction. So that means it is which type of reaction? Endothermic, because we are giving the heat. Heat is absorbed. Okay, so we should write the heat on the reactant side. I can also write it over here on the arrow, which itself means that it is on the reactant side. Okay, heat is sometimes represented by a del also, like this. Okay, now I hope you are clear with this second point also. Now the third is indicate the conditions under which reaction takes place. Now you might be thinking, what sort of conditions, isn't it? Chemical reaction, when it is occurring, there are heat change, we have already written. Then what is the conditions are? So conditions means, see, either you have to provide temperature, that is the condition. Okay, sometimes temperatures are written clearly, जैसे 300 degrees Celsius or this on the arrow, that means you have to provide heat, that is same thing only. Okay, यहाँ पे we have written heat, we have not clearly written how much heat. Okay, now so that is one condition. Second condition, a very important thing is, I am writing here catalyst. Okay, this is a new word I know for you, catalyst. First of all, briefly you understand what is catalyst. Catalyst is a substance which will help to increase the rate of reaction. Okay, I'll give you one example. Chalo ye example same we'll take. For example, in this reaction, if I am carrying out without catalyst, it takes 1 hour. I am just assuming, okay, it takes 1 hour. Fine. But if we add catalyst in this reaction a catalyst is required, which is MnO2, manganese dioxide. Okay. If I add this catalyst in this reaction, the reaction will occur more quickly. It will take less than 1 hour. Now you understood what is a catalyst? Again, I am repeating the definition. Catalyst is a substance which will help to increase the rate of reaction, okay, without getting involved in it. वो खुद उसमें कोई involvement नहीं दिखाता है, वो सिर्फ दूर से क्या करता है, increase करता है rate of reaction. ठीक है? So now this also I have indicated. MnO2 is what? Catalyst. So we have indicated the condition, we have indicated the physical state, we have indicated the heat also, heat changes taking place. So now this equation has become completely informative. Now by looking through this equation, you can simply say that when solid potassium chloride is heated in presence of a catalyst manganese dioxide, it will give what? Potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Okay, so this is one of the examples. There are several examples. You will see many such examples. Fine. Just go through it once again. Now let's see balancing of chemical equation. But before that, what is a balanced chemical equation and why do we need it? Balanced chemical equation is one which consists of equal number of atoms on both the sides. Okay, that is reactant and product. Now we know on reactant and product side same atoms will be there. I already told you in the beginning, in chemical reaction only rearrangement of atoms occur, not the formation of new atoms. Okay, only rearrangement of atom occur. Fine. So balanced chemical equation is the chemical equation which have equal number of atoms on both the sides. When I am saying both sides, that means on reactant and on the product side. Okay. Now why do we need the balanced chemical equation? See, in class 9th you have studied one law of conservation of mass. What was that? The total mass of reactant should be equal to the total mass of product. Okay? In simple words I am telling you. So over here, when we are saying according to Lavoisier's this law of conservation of mass, if we are saying that total mass of reactant should be equal to total mass of product, isn't it? So that means we need equal number of atoms on both the sides. Okay, equal number of that particular atom on both the sides. Fine. That is why balancing is necessary. It is significant, so that law of conservation of mass is being carried on. Okay, that is being considered. So we'll see the balancing of chemical equation over here. The method used in your course is hit and trial method. Okay. I have written over here 5 equations. You can see this first, third, fourth and fifth are the chemical equation, whereas this second one I have written in form of chemical reaction, because in your exams many a times chemical reactions only come and you have to write the chemical equation and then balance it. That is why I have written one example for that also. Okay, so let us start now. The first one, the very simple one. When carbon reacts with oxygen, it gives CO, that is carbon monoxide. Okay. So according to hit and trial method, what we have to do? First of all, we will write reactant and products, okay, and the different elements. You can see now which elements are, which atoms are there. See, that is carbon. Okay. Just pay attention over here. I'm trying to solve it here. And oxygen. Only 2 types of atoms are there. Okay. Reactant side, how many carbon atoms are there? Only 1. Fine. Product side also only 1. Oxygen, how many are there over here? 2 on reactant side, and on product side 1. Okay. So now if I want to balance it in hit and trial method, first of all you will write like this, and now if you want to balance it, we have to just choose a suitable number by which we will we'll write as the stoichiometric coefficient or simply coefficient, then it will get balanced. Now before that you might be thinking, what is coefficient? Okay, when we write the number over here, okay, like 2C, 3C, whatever, यहाँ पे nothing is there, that means it is 1. Fine. When you write any number over here as a coefficient, this is called as coefficient. Okay, then means with the help of that only we can balance it. Fine. You cannot balance by writing as the subscript. Okay, any number if you write as a subscript, it will not be balanced. Subscript will change the formula only, and while balancing you don't have to change the formula of the substance. So for balancing, where we will write means add the number, we will write the number over here as the coefficient. Okay, you will see the examples. Fine. So over here now, if I in a product side I want to make it 2. Okay, so you cannot rub this, funny, but you cannot rub it. You have to add the number. Okay, so it is CO. Now I can only add over here. I am writing it with blue pen. This is the coefficient. Fine. So I have added it over here. Now oxygen became 2. Okay, but carbon also became 2. So I'll write here oxygen. In this case it became 2. देखो oxygen 2 हो गया. Now but carbon also, after writing it here, carbon also became what? 2. So abhi now I need to balance carbon. So what I will do? I will again write 2 over here. Fine. Now just check it out. Carbon 2 here, 2 here. When I am writing 2, that means carbon, oxygen both have become 2. Okay. Oxygen 2, here also 2. So it is balanced, the simplest one. Is it clear to all of you, the first one? Okay. Then now we'll see this second. Now you can see the second equation, second one is written as the chemical reaction. Okay. Now if it is a chemical reaction, what I will do? First if it is a chemical reaction, firstly I need to write it in form of the equation. So let me write it in form of equation first. Magnesium burns in oxygen. Magnesium, that is Mg, burns in oxygen, that is O2, to give magnesium oxide, that is MgO. This is the equation for this particular chemical reaction. This is a combustion reaction. Combustion means burning. Okay. Now, chalo, let us start. We'll write first reactant, product. Let me write the elements. Which are the elements? Magnesium and oxygen. Reactant side magnesium 1. Here also 1. Here 2. Here 1. Okay. It is same like this only. So what we will do? Let me write. Very simple it is. You only tell me. Okay. It will be 2 over here and 2 over here. So it is balanced. You can check it out. Okay. I have taken simple example first to make the concept clear. Then we'll move on to a tough one. Now let us come to the third one. Fine. Now third one is very simple, but it might appear little bit complicated, but understand the concept. Okay. See. Aluminium sulfate plus NaOH. It gives what? AlOH3, that is aluminium hydroxide along with sodium sulfate. Okay. So let us start. Fine. If I am doing it with hit and trial method. So first of all what I will do, I have rubbed it here. I need space, that's why. Okay. Reactant, product. First is Al, S, O, Na and H. Isn't it? These all are there. Fine. Chalo, let us write the elements. Al2, here Al1. 2 and 1. Sulfur. See, it is SO4 3 and bracket is there. That means sulfur 3. Okay. Then here sulfur 1. Here oxygen 4 3s are 12. Sorry. 4 3s are 12 plus 1. So we'll write 13. Okay. Here 3 plus 4 7. Okay. This bracket is there, that's why. Then sodium 1 2. Okay. Hydrogen counted 1 3 5. This is 30 now. I am writing it again. 4 5 6 7. Okay. So you can see everything is not balanced. We have to balance it. Now let us start. Aluminium 2, product side 1. So for first let me balance aluminium only. If I write 2 here, so aluminium is balanced. Okay. Al2, 2Al. Okay. Now I can do one thing. Sulfur. Sulfur here it is 3. Here it is 1. Fine. So let me write 3 over here. Okay. Sulfur balanced. Fine. Now check out this one. Oxygen. 12, 13. Chalo, oxygen is an odd number, so leave it. Let me balance this sodium first. Okay. Sodium. Na here. And here it is 3 2s are 6. So I will write 6 over here. Okay. Hydrogen, check it out. Let's check out hydrogen first. 6 here. And here 3 2s are 6. Yes. Hydrogen is already balanced. Okay. Now let us check oxygen. If we are going correct, oxygen will be automatically balanced. Okay. So oxygen it is 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 6. You see. Oxygen will be here. Now this side reactant side कितना हो गया 12 plus 6 18. Okay. अब यहाँ पे in the product side how much it will be 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 3 4s are 12. Yeah. Here also it became 18. Is it clear to all of you how it is being done? Okay. So you have to go step by step and automatically slowly, this is hit and trial method, automatically the thing will be balanced. Oxygen was an odd number, that's why I kept it for balancing it at the last. And you see, when I balanced the other things, automatically oxygen also got balanced. Fine. Now let us see the next one. This is magnesium. Shall I write the balanced number? Okay. Al both the side now became 2, 2. Sulfur became 3, 3. Here also 3, here also 3 after balancing. Oxygen already written, and sodium 6, 6. 6 here also 6. Okay. And hydrogen. Hydrogen will be 6 again, and here also 3 2s are 6. Okay. So now you can see everything is being balanced. Fine. Now we'll balance the fourth equation. Let me write it over there first. Reactant, product, which are the elements? Magnesium, oxygen, hydrogen and chlorine. Okay. On reactant side, magnesium 1, product also 1. Oxygen 2, here 1. Hydrogen 2 plus 1, 3. And here hydrogen 2. Okay. Chlorine 1 on reactant side, and product side it is 2. Now let us start balancing. Magnesium, both are 1 1, so no need to balance. Let us balance first chlorine. Okay. Chlorine, here it is 1, here it is 2. So 2, यहाँ पे भी आएगा 2. Fine. Now hydrogen 2, here also 2. Oxygen 2. So let me balance oxygen now. Oxygen, if I am writing 2 here, so hydrogen became how much? 2 2s are 4. Now you just check hydrogen 2 plus 4. Yes, it is balanced. Okay. Fifth one is hydrogen peroxide decomposes to give H2O plus O2. So in that case, let me write the elements first. H and O. Hydrogen 2, product also 2. Here 2, but here it is 3. Okay. So oxygen only I will balance for sure. If I write 2 over here, I will write with a blue pen 2. So hydrogen became 4. Let me write 2 over here also. Oxygen 2 to the 4, 2 plus 2 4. Is it clear? Fine. See. This will be added 2 oxygen plus 2 oxygen 4. Here it will be 2 into 2. Subscript and coefficient will be multiplied. 2 into 2 it is 4. Okay. Now there is an alternative method also by which we can balance the equation. Fine. You can use this method to balance any type of equation. Hit and trial is there along with that. Okay. So first you can balance. In that case, first I am talking about the alternative method. Balance the metal, then non-metal, then oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. I'll show you with one example. Let us take this third reaction as the example. All others I will rub it. Fine. Okay. Now metal. Here 2 metals are there. Let me remove the balancing also. 2 metals are there. Al2, Al and sodium. Both are metals. Fine. And non-metal, sulfur. Means in spite of oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen and hydrogen are also non-metals, but we will balance them separately. Okay. So instead of oxygen and hydrogen, which is the non-metal here? Sulfur. So let us start balancing. First let me balance aluminium metal. 2. Let me write here 2. Aluminium balance. Sodium 1, here 2. So if I write 2 here, sodium also balanced. Okay, so both the metals are balanced. Now move to non-metal. Non-metal is sulfur. Fine, sulfur here 3, here is 1. So if I write 3 here, sulfur is balanced. But if when I have written 3 here, sodium and oxygen atoms are also changed, isn't it? So let me check once again. Aluminium 2, 2. Sodium now it became 3 2s are 6. So I have to change it here. 6 now I will write. Okay. Now you balance oxygen. Oxygen 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 6. 12 plus 6. 18 oxygen. Here you see Oxygen, 3 2s are 6 plus 4 3s are 12. Yeah, you got oxygen balanced, isn't it? Now check the hydrogen atoms. 6H. Here 3 2s are 6. Yeah, 6H. Okay. So by using this alternative method also you can balance the equation. That is, you first of all balance metal, then non-metal other than oxygen and hydrogen, and then oxygen and hydrogen. You can balance any type of equation by using this particular methods. Okay, either this or hit and try method. Fine. Practice more and more questions, and if you have any problem, drop your message in the comment box. I will help you out. Drop the equation, I will help you out to balance it.